to see you again,
Hello.
Namya.
Hello, nice to see you again too.
Hey, yo, good to see you again.
Thank you, same here. Good to see everyone. Back another week.
Okay,
Hi,
hi.
Sid.
Hi, Sid. How you doing?
I good. How are you?
I'm
Good
doing
to
fine
see.
as well.
I think I'll
I
be.
just have a couple of questions for Namya, actually. Just as we start. Namya, do you think, I know that with course you have lots of experience with teaching and all of that, and I know, of course, you couldn't just have done everything that you've done just like out of the blue. So I just wanted to ask, how did you put your Minecraft curriculum out there? Like,
Sure.
yeah.
I understand. Like, that's a big question. So like I started training teachers in my school. So the first session that the lesson that I made, it was in history, Egyptian civilization. So I asked my history teacher to use that instead of the pre-made notes that she used to bring in the class. So since that was very much accepted in the classroom, I first shared like some lessons that I created for my own grade 6, because I was in 6th grade, with the few subject teachers of my school. And then I connected with educators like across the country, like by training them. I also, shared my lessons with them as well. And like later when I started training people all across the world, I set up my own like website. So I have uploaded my lesson plans to be downloaded there for free. Along with, I have a YouTube channel. So I record those lessons. So if somebody does not have access to Minecraft education, can use those lessons from YouTube, because everybody has access to YouTube. So I kept on sharing those links with people whenever like I took a session for teachers or for students of different schools or different communities. So I made so that I shared it with them so that they had access to viewing those lessons and taking examples of how they could also build similar lessons, and if not build, but use those lessons in the classroom. So I think as well, when I was training people, I kept on sharing my material with them so that they have that as a way to look at it for an example, but also to use it in the classroom if they have to explain that concept.
That's an amazing answer. It's true that getting your curriculum, especially when you have an idea like that, it just takes lots of connections and lots of hard work to just get it to as many people and teachers as possible. I think Baron has a question.
So we know that you had this central idea of using Minecraft as a platform, but to be able to, like Kuy Preston said, to get those ideas out there are definitely a lot of other secondary skills that you would have to learn. So I'd like to ask, what was it like learning all of these side skills or side things, like setting up a website and learning how to network and those kinds of things? How was that experience like for you, having to learn all those new kinds of things on top of trying to push your own idea?
I think that experience, I would say, was amazing, because being able to connect with new people is what I really love to do. Like right now, I connected with you last in the previous session, and now like we're talking to each other again. So like I really love to connect with people across the world in my own country. So I think one of the most important skills that I really learned while connecting with people, teaching them, is confidence and empathy, because I think I was able to speak out myself more, like well, I kept on training them, I got more confidence to keep on sharing my knowledge with people. And second of all, I would say empathy, because I realized this skill that if we ask teachers so many questions, like even if one question is asked 100 times, they would never shy off to give the answer or will never get agitated. But similarly, like when I was training them, they were asking pretty simple questions, like which had, answers that were pretty simple to understand. But I was able to realize that, yeah, because if we are asking them questions in the area which they're having expertise, they'll be able to answer. But and how many times as they want. So similarly, it's vice versa. somebody's a new learner, we have to accept that thing and teach in a way, and like never, feel agitated to answer their question, and like step into the shoe of the other person. So I think empathy, confidence is a skill, collaboration, being able to, accept new ideas and able to share your thoughts as well. Because when we sit together in a group with people, so different solutions are, shared, and that's how we connect all of them to get the perfect solution to a problem that we're focusing upon. And the more you connect with people, the wider range of knowledge you can expand for yourself and also for others, because that is what the purpose of, each one teach 10 is, to keep on sharing and keep on learning. So I think the skills have been enhanced, and that goes to connection with people. Because if you're just logged in the four walls of your schools, go to school, come back, and even if it's your home school, you're just studying and doing nothing. But when you're actually connecting with people across those four walls, then you realize what the outer world is like and how people are actually accepting your ideas, which are, good for the society. And those things give you a feeling of accomplishment. And when you get acknowledged or whenever given a way of improvement, so you learn how to accept those things. So yes, skills have been enhanced and sharpened. And I thank, the COVID-19 outbreak actually for giving me the opportunity to connect with people online and offline too.
Fascinating. It seems like those kind of your experience was also a very complex process and had a lot of technical aspects as well. So to follow up, I heard that you mentioned that you had to like, set up a website.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So my question is, how did you learn did you have any prior experience to web design or setting up websites? And if you didn't, how did you figure out how to set up a whole website?
Well, I learned coding during the lockdown. I've learned Python, Java, CSS, and different languages because I wanted to learn new skills. Coding is one of that. So I thought why not I set up a website? So I used that as a skill and set up my own website, which is available to you, namayoshi.com. And I keep on, updating things in that. So I got a domain and then I actually made changes on that. And besides that, I, keep on doing different things like app designing and coding. So it was pretty, easy for me because I had learned, coding before and website designing before. So I was able to set it up. And the only thing that is really hard is when you're not able to understand what is the glitch happening in your website. There's just one semicolon thing that you're not able to hide and the entire code just stops working. That's just a hard thing. But when you realize after 5 hours that was missing, you just feel oh, that was the problem. So just, learn how to never give up and set things up. So yeah, it was easy for me to make it. And also some of them are just hyperlinks to go on the YouTube or on the Wakelet that has the lessons, and just simple text having all things. So it's pretty simple to make. If you're already knowing about coding, you'll be able to set it up. And I also share in the chat if you don't have the link. I'll give it in the chat right now. Here you go. And I use Netlify to get the domain set up with GitHub as well. So if you have a premium account, then you can get it without Netlify dot something.
Okay, that's definitely a really complex process, but it's a really good
It
thing that
was.
you had some coding knowledge beforehand, which probably was really helpful. So this journey of yours it's not a new thing for you. It's something that has been going on for many years. And I'd like to ask you, out of all the experiences, you could say events or people, who was the most, what thing, what event, or which person kind of stood out to you the most, the most kind of alien person, person with the newest kind of maybe personality or the newest experience that you had that was something that you've never experienced before, and it was super different and contrasting to what you've experienced.
Sure. So if you know this educator called Stephen Reed, and he's basically having his own thing of Play Matters. He works at Microsoft now. So I got a chance to actually, meet him like online. So once like he messaged me like regarding a project collaboration. So like I basically call him my Minecraft mentor. So like if I have any problems, I just reach out to him. So like he creates wonderful lessons. Like I basically explored a new dimension of creating worlds in Minecraft by using Amulet, by using Pixel Stacker, by using Blockbench and different other things. So I think that was exactly what stood out for me, like as a person who I met online. And he basically, taught me different things about what exactly could go into proper amazing world building in Minecraft. So if you check out, like, there are many toolbox set, like in Minecraft, you've seen the education edition. It has like many of his worlds. So like I think I learned different skills from his as well that actually helped me to, define my own building skills in Minecraft. So I would say like this was like alien, not alien, but like actually a magical person who I met and got to basically enhance my skills online, like, using Minecraft and using other platforms as well to make my world look better and also basically reduce manpower and also work smart, not hard.
All right. So before we possibly move on, does anyone else have any questions that they'd like to ask Namya as well?
Yeah. You talked about networking and stuff. How did you go about networking and bringing your curriculum beyond your school? Because I know like it's pretty simple to talk to your teachers that are in your school, but how do you go about bringing what the ideas and the projects that you have outside of your school, nationwide, and possibly even worldwide?
Sure. So my mother is a basically Microsoft innovative educator. So she had like a group of teachers who she had known like in my country and outside the country as well. And even our school had done quite a lot of collaborations with schools outside the country. So like I through her I got to connect with a few educators in my country and across the country. And then I set up like after a few interactions with them, like during 2019, I set up my own account on Twitter. And then I reached out to educators myself, like sharing my ideas with them. And so the kickstart to basically connecting with educators was given by her because she knew a few of them. And since I shared ideas with them as well, I trained the teachers and students of their school. I got the positive response. So I thought like now is the time I reach out to people myself because that's what gives you the confidence, to meet new people and collaborate with them. So like I connected with people across the entire community of education who I know right now on Twitter, which is now called X, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. So like just sharing the ideas and I kept on posting as well. Like this is the stuff that I'm doing. So that's how new educators kept on, viewing the work. And then I also got a chance to connect with them. So first of all, like, it was like through my mom, she connected me with educators online, like, also through our school, like because they knew a few people who are also Microsoft Innovative Educator schools. And then it was all on my own, like I was able to connect with them. So the kickstart is always supposed to be given and then you go ahead on your own.
That's fascinating, and thank you for that answer. Now, moving on, I think one of our Divrgents kids would like to show you one of the projects that he's been working on with some of his friends, Max and Sid. I would like to present Sam, if he would like anything to share with Namya concerning his world and his project.
Okay, as they're setting up, Sam, you can start sharing and so that it's already loading. I'm just curious, Namya, how do you become a Minecraft mentor? Is it something that you apply for and how?
Well, Minecraft Mentor, like, right now, like, Microsoft has given out student Minecraft ambassadors. So I applied for it and like I got in like in the student Minecraft Mentor community. So yes, we apply for it like by giving out all the skills that we have, and like I, shared all the work that I've been doing. So yeah. That's how I got it. And before that, like I was given that title to me by my own school, like because I was making lessons in Minecraft and training teachers. But since now, like I'm one of the official Minecraft student ambassadors by Microsoft, and that is something, yes, we apply for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this is our world. That Sid, me, and Max made. Here are the houses since we have made a suburban town game. There are a bunch of quests and Easter eggs in our game too, and a lot of things to do here, and you can also play with your friends. There's a bunch of ways you can earn money and more. So first of all, we have the school. This is the our suburban town centers around the school. This really big one. Right here, you can go in, and then you have a few admin rules, so it's not that chaotic. And here's our actual quest. Help me harvest the crops. When you're done, drop the crops in the hopper, and you get a reward. So once you actually harvest the crop, which I actually already have here, you get an emerald. And this emerald can be used to buy a lot of things, like for example, water. Just place it there and you get water. There's also um a bot that gives you food, and this is the cafeteria. And then we also have the computer room that we designed. And then we have a few NPCs with dialogue to give the game more shine.
Remember our rule about if you cut down a tree, you have to plant how many more again?
More, like an actual real life, because our city and suburban town relies highly on wood.
Did you build the area for trees yet?
Not yet. Here is the prep room where you have the instruments and more NPCs with dialogue. I won't show that just yet. You also have the art room with art and more NPCs with dialogue. Make the game, of course, more gamey. And you also have an escape room for if an intruder ever comes in. You enter through here, and then you can safely go back here.
Sam, by the way, I think you can add Namya to this world, right?
Yeah, I'll let you to the world after. I can try adding you to the world, but I'll need to friend you first. And if you have Minecraft Bedrock,
Not on this right now. I just have education here. No problem. That's
okay.
okay.
You
I
also
can
have a
see it.
dodgeball with another NPC with dialogue and more dialogue places here. Oh, this one actually is a quest, which we can complete right now.
Mhm.
So I can see this coach wants a gumball, which I know you can get from the top floor.
Mhm.
Sid and Max, do you have anything to add while I go to the gumball machine?
Oh, but remember that the structure of this entire school is made out of, well, I think it was mud or clay to save up stone and keep it more of a natural feel.
Oh yeah. Basically we used clay because we knew that clay also gives a cooling effect, and we also use stone to give it more structure. The gumball machine is here. And the gumball machine is a slime ball because of course Minecraft doesn't have any gumballs. So yeah, we can go back and give it to the coach or the quest giver. In which in his instructions he said put it in the hopper for reward. So if you put it there, you get an emerald. There are a bunch of ways to get emerald. And that basically cover up the school. Max, do you have anything to say? Max?
Yes. There is
Okay.
all the quests in the game were um took a decent amount of time to make because almost every time there was a technical difficulty where something was written wrong with the commands. So it took a lot longer than it probably should have to get everything done
Hmm.
with the quest. But it still, with all the quests here, the it makes the game a lot easier to play when you know exactly what you're doing.
And we also have a quest giver in the hydroelectric power plant to gain some power. So here,
Oh, wait. What happened? You changed it? You changed my design of the hydroelectric power plant?
yes, so it has a quest now.
Oh, good.
So basically here, he wants a taco that you can get at the school. You won't do that quest just yet because I want to show you other things like the hospital. By the way, the reason we have SMS all the time because it stands for our city name, SMS, Sid, Max, and Sam. Here's the elevator, and then you have the hospital, the rooms, and yes, let me show you the rooms. Basically, in our fantasy game world, peanut butter is the solution to all things, so we put it everywhere. And um by the way, to mention about all the frogs here, we didn't have any population, so we thought we should just put frogs.
Nice.
We lost some frogs to them drowning in the hospital.
We also have
They couldn't get out of the elevator in time.
we have a few zoos here with brown pandas and frogs. You can actually feed the pandas right now, but I'm not going to right now. We also have the sheriff's home. The sheriff's home has a quest giver and the prison where you can where the prison there. And the prison have a bunch of ways to go into. First of all, you can go to the mayor's home in our world, bodyguard one, if you want to get an appointment. This is the mayor's home. And if you say, do you like froggies? If you say yes, he will let you in. But if you say no, he will send you to the prison. And then we also have the houses that I showed before. Max and Sid, do you have anything to say yet?
Um, with the it took a long time for us to get the teleportation on the NPCs correct, so get it to go into the prison.
Yeah, it took us many hours to get it right.
Yeah.
And then here is a pin. If you enter the wrong pin, you go to prison, and then if you go enter the right pin, you may pass. You also have that system over here at the library. It's connected to the school, but the library is also open for anyone who wants to read books. We've also added to make it more better for the school. The school allows anyone to go in at any time to study to allow them to give them a more good feeling to go studying. Just like I read in the Atomic Habits book. Once you put, like for example, in your desk, if you put the book right in front of in your desk, you are more likely to read it. So yes, we put the school in that way. Max said, do you also have anything to say while I um
Uh, remember the rain catchers? You should
oh
mention
yeah.
that out.
Oh yeah, they had built rain catchers for our rain because we figured This biome, we could use this biome to our advantage because it rains almost every day. So yeah, Sid built rain catchers everywhere. There's also a small rain catcher here for the bathroom for the houses. It actually connects there. Do you want something to say about your parkour course or no? Okay, and me and Max also built this farm, which is really sustainable. As you can see, it's already been harvested. And you also have this. Sid built this.
No, I built the sugarcane farm.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the Max built that. Sorry, I got that confused. Max, do you have anything to say about the farms and stuff? Like, you want to tell about
There's a
what?
cow quest.
Oh yeah, also Max built a cow quest over here. Cow. Basically, it wants some wheat. Drop it in the hopper when you're done. We don't know how to code it yet, so that once you give it emerald, so we just put redstone here. So yes, Max coded it so when you give it a emerald, you um here and you can get an emerald. Max and Sid, it's a bit. Is there any secrets you want to show them?
The one with the school door.
Oh yeah. Max, do you want to explain this part?
So the doors have a glitch in Minecraft where they can push you into a area, and we have used that to our advantage
Our game.
or something. Because we found that you can be pushed into an area. So we built something in there.
Yeah. So let me show you. The thing Max was talking about can actually get stuck here, and there's a cool quest you can do over here.
It's not time for anything yet, no.
That you can use the tools to break
No
out of,
time.
but for now, I'm just going to use that. Sid, do you want to explain more about the hydroelectric power plant?
Yeah, so the hydroelectric power plant, I specially designed it to have it have an open area for ships and stuff like that to go through. If you look at the bottom, if you look at the bottom of it, you can see small grooves which I designed into them, where the water actually flows into an area underneath, so it looks really realistic. And yeah, and it flows out on the other side. That is mainly what I built for this. There's stuff flowing out. The turbines are not even there, but we built this so it looks like there's a bunch of machinery going on, which I couldn't afford to build. So yeah, that's hydroelectric power plant.
Sid also built a observatory, which I think wasn't finished.
I'm really thinking about tearing this down right now because it's way too big. Yeah, way too.
And yeah, that's basically our game. You can hang out with your friends here. You can sleep there. You can do a bunch of quests and get money. Yeah, that is our game.
We should show them some more of the quests and some more of the
I forgot
NPC dialogue. Like go into the music room.
Okay. Max, do you want to explain this part?
Wait, before you explain that, I thought we had a no car rule allowed. And
no
didn't I just know?
We don't have cars.
They're
Those-
electric bikes.
We have motorized bikes.
Electric.
No,
Yeah,
electric
that
bike.
that run off solar energy and do not produce any carbon or anything bad for the environment.
Max will explain singer too. Basically, Max made a
Look at the book.
Oh,
The book is even longer.
isn't there a love mom book?
Yeah.
Oh,
Then you have sing. If also another quest
it's okay.
that me and Max coded.
Go in the music room.
Yes, here
Yeah.
you can get a taco. And you can give the taco back to the singer to calm down her nerves. And then she gives you a emerald.
Go back in the music room. There's some dialogue in there that
Yeah, there's a
I
funny
want to show them.
there's some funny dialogue here too.
First,
Max
look
made.
at the guy that's on top of that's standing really far up on the instrument.
Here there's a teacher. Yeah, a funny dialogue here. And some instruments. We tried our best to make the instruments as realistic as possible. But yeah, this is the banjo and this is the piano. Since we're kind of limited to the blocks. Okay, I sure want to show the we built different things in the same world. Since we can only make one world, so Asher wants to show,
Drop it.
show off his
Yeah,
world,
drop it. It's good
his
boy.
build and quests in the other part. Because they also the smaller ones also wanted to do an activity. Like they wanted to teleport there. So this is what my brother built.
Oh,
It has a few quests and stuff. And yeah, just to point that out. Max and Sid, do you have anything to say before we go?
yeah, you go lay down.
Max?
I don't think so. I think we covered most of it. Oh, maybe go to the top of the school. Go to the second floor of the school. We can show them that.
Sure, the what?
To show them the sports room. That's what on the second
Oh,
floor.
yeah, the second sports room, which you can play badminton in. Since in real life, I really enjoy badminton. Okay, so that's basically it, right?
I forgot to mention that if you summon a dragon fireball, you can actually play tennis in Minecraft. You have to hit it with your hands or a stick. It's really funny.
And that's basically our whole school. So I hope you liked it. I'm Namya Joshi, and do you have any feedback?
I really like it. Like I had seen a little bit of the world last time. Like the hydroelectric part that Darth had shown. Like I really like that concept, to show that there's no actually machine inside, but just to show that yeah, it's happening. And especially like you showcase the entire school in detail. It's amazing that you're focusing upon sustainability. Good job on the coding part as well. One question I have for you is, are you including the sustainable development goals in your world?
Basically, this was actually supposed to be a sustainable school, but then me and Max and Sid got a bit too carried away, and we put a bunch of quests and ways that you can play in this game in.
Yep, I really like the gamified part. I really like that. It's amazing.
And so
So
yeah, it
we'll
does
be
cover
recording this as a video.
Ama?
Okay, so Namya, what happened was I started with having them build something, a sustainable city or school, and we just tested it out. So basically, there was no rubric or parameters of what they needed to do, just with the idea of sustainability in mind. And we're looking at this as a possible challenge to do on gift, but we really don't know how to mount such a challenge. Like, how do you know if the people who are submitting are the ones who actually built it, or how do you actually get judges for something like that? So we're not sure if it's possible, and that's one of the things that we are hoping to also get advice from you.
Okay, so you want to build this up as a challenge for students to, like, who are downloading the world that you're giving, to fill it like the entire challenge and then submit it to you, right? That's exactly what you're wanting to do with this world.
No, this would be like the sample of that if it's possible to do. But I think what they did was they also got carried away. There was, because there wasn't really any uh requirements that I gave them, so they just went ahead and built as much as they can. But
Yeah.
if this was
So yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead.
Now I was wondering, what do you suggest we do if ever we want to have such a challenge?
If you want to like make this world into a challenge, like, and you're wanting students to come and see our sustainability world, I think one thing you could do is actually record a little bit of the video, that that's how the world looks like, and just teaser it out, like, certain challenges like this will be there in the world, and it should be given up for downloading. Like, if you want it to be as a challenge, the students can download the word, and in the end there could be like a certificate given out, like if you've seen Art of Code in Minecraft. As soon as you finish it, you get a certificate. So if somebody's actually finished the world, we get a certificate, and they can also post it out on any of the social media and share it with you as well, that we finished the challenge and we got the certificate. So only if somebody finishes it, only then will they get a certificate, right? So in this way you would know that if somebody has done the challenge completely or not. So that could be a way if you want to check somebody was able to do it or not.
That's one possibility. Yes, that's a great idea. How
Yeah.
about having students build their own worlds? I think there are some challenges that are like that, right?
Minecraft build challenges, right?
Yes.
You give like teacher appreciation, and then you build your own teacher appreciation, like, or like building the NASA rocket that was just like using the Artemis that came as a word in Minecraft education. So that is going to be rebuilding the entire thing. Yep, that can also be a way for making the word.
Yeah, like you say, okay, here's a sample world. You cannot base your world in completely copy block by block, but look at it, see the details of it, and create a world inspired by this one, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Something with the world that I would have shown is our redstone setting area / parkour course, where it has a timer, and the kids are able to either use the parkour course as the timer or study the redstone of what's going on. That way, students at our school could figure out how to do redstone. Because even though we don't actually have students, we have to have some course that students can take that you can visually find in the game.
Yeah.
That is also why when I built it, I made it so everything was slightly spread out. And when I used glass to build up, because with glass, with redstone, some people don't know this, but you can make it go like almost straight up as 2 blocks across.
Yeah.
Which I used a couple times because I needed to. And since glass is clear, it's really easy to visually see what is going on with most of it because nothing is covered up.
Totally agree.
Namia, if ever we do come up with a challenge, and we ask you to be like the judge of the worlds, and if so, like how would that work? Would they just have to send a video showing what they've come up
Yeah,
with?
video, of course. Like, I think that'll be really great. I would love to be a part of it. Like, if somebody's, submitting the word, like after finishing it, they should record like them, like, creating, like if you want to make a build challenge, like, that's what the sample, and we want you to make this. So that could be like, them explaining regarding whatever they've built. And I think if you are making a sustainable school, then most importantly, like sustainability come with the SDG goals as well. So you should inculcate, or the ones who are in making the world should get the insight of inculcating one or two, that what SDG goals are they focusing upon creating their sustainable school. Because let's say if they're focusing upon having clean water in the school, then they could use the SDG goal clean water sanitation. If they're focusing upon good health and well-being, then they can showcase how good health and well-being is being inculcated in the sustainable school. So it could be focused upon a certain parameter. So the students, who are creating the world can focus on that particular SDG goal and then create this goal. Or else it could also be like the way you have made like certain different aspects of sustainability at large is being used in one word. I think both ways would work, but the one which you think is most like preferable for you, you can go for that.
Thank you. That sounds like something we could really start with and, try to come up with a plan and then have you also take a look at it.
Sure. Like I can show you a video that, there was, if you've knowing about the Minecraft Global Build Championship, that comes every year. So like we took part in it like back in 2022 and 2021. So I can show the videos too, like that we built as a response to those Global Build Championships by Minecraft Education. So I have them open, I guess. Let me see. Yep. I can share the screen and
I
show
have
it to you. Please ask.
After this video, can I ask a question
We can
about
ask
something?
right now. We can ask right now.
Well, okay, so if one of us were to present what was going our world, do you think we should add anything else to our presentation other than what we showed, which is just the basics of the world? Do you think we should like add more commentary about what's going on?
As in like in your world building, or
Yeah,
as in what you're presenting,
in
or
like
in the build,
showcasing the world.
showcasing the world. I think I really like the way you've actually made the world in form of like a challenge for students to come. And I think the one, like, I hope the world is guided, like people who are going through your world, they know where to go. Like they have the directions which they have to follow. Is that there in your world? Like directions to follow from one place to the other? Because I saw you flying one of the other place to, show the entire world to me. But if somebody is a new person visiting your world, you should give them the directions, like where do you have to start and where does the world, those directions keep on following, help the person to follow to the end of the world. Just wanted to make sure if that's there in the world.
So we could add like barrier blocks around so people don't get too far away from where they're supposed to be. And then with the teleportation thing, those teleport you to place those in barriers. And we can have road signs from like hanging signs on like on iron bars or something like that.
No.
Yep.
They're only down.
Nice. And like this one thing that I said, like directions, that which paths people have to use to explore the entire world should be there. Otherwise, I think the world is amazing. You've got like many aspects covered for sustainability. That's great. If you want, you can add like, windmills too, if you want to. Like, cause is there anything that you focused on wind energy in your world?
Well, windmills, if we actually did make them, that would cost a lot of metal, which would
Yeah.
take a heat, and that it would lead, if to think about it in theoretically, it might actually be a bit less sustainable to create it. Just saying.
Okay. But if have you heard about the Archimedes windmill that is being built in Hyderabad in India? Like if we've heard about it, it's like a very sustainably built windmill in Hyderabad and doesn't take up like much like energy. But yeah, the metal part, I understand that. One thing like the people have been learning right now is in villages they're learning how to make windmills from the things that they have that is not metal. But since you're talking about in that way, I guess, yeah, I understand. This is like, because it's not a village, it's a school. So, yeah, understandable. But if you want to explore more on the Archimedes principle windmill, it'll be really good, like, because that is focus on sustainability. And if you want to include that, I'll type it out in the chat. Archimedes principle windmill. Because I also used that in one of my words, and it focuses on, green energy. If you wish to inculcate, that's just a suggestion. Otherwise, I really like your word. Nice. Any more questions?
Would love to see the world that you were going to show.
Yeah, like I've got like quite a lot like build challenges along with me. Like there's UNESCO, this Global Build Championship, and like lots of them. But I just opened up 2 videos like that I can show you. This like back in 22 years ago. So don't judge me from my voice. Like it was terrible. Like when I was recording this one, so, like December 14, 2020. This one's of last year, so this one will be better. But still, like I'll just show it to you just as an example. It's hanging. Let me close my craft. Okay. Yeah, so let's see the video. The one that's next after this is better version of this. Like they basically both of them were on creating a harmony world of animals and humans living in the same world. So you can take a look at both of them, and that's just a response video type of what you can expect from people to create like for your particular build challenge. So this was like Minecraft Global Build Championship, and this was like our world that we created, like because they had built their example and then they gave us the challenge to make the world out.
Together we grow, together we live, and together we flourish. This is our vision not only for human beings, but also for the flora and fauna around us. God has created everyone equal. Yes, it is the survival of the fittest, but still, we humans are the most developed species of all, and we need to care. So without much ado, we hereby present a Harmony Minecraft world. Look here at the houses, rescue and educational centers with trees, open spaces in abundance. We respect and care for the different habitats to them to coexist. Honeybees play an important role in sustaining life on Earth. Be kind and don't use pesticides. Making safe environment for bats is important to keep biodiversity around the world. Afforestation to help take climate action and prevent global warming. Producing renewable energy with the help of working windmills and sustainable living with drip irrigation and rainwater harvesting. Inclined plane to carry heavy loads and save the animals from carrying the burden. We worked on UN goals to sensitize the younger generation about environmental issues by educating them for a better and happier world. Heard a lot about force heat from our teachers, but got a hands-on experience while building this world. We as a team learned that the perfect solution to a harmonious world is to be empathetic and being kind towards each other. That's how we can use each other's strength and create magic. Together we grow, together we live, and together we flourish.
So this was like for the first one, and we basically, made a space where animals and humans can flourish together in one single world. And like focus was taking care of, the biodiversity around us and taking care of, a place where there's no problems, but like a peaceful environment for people to live in. Similarly, this is also on the same topic, but I think this was in 2022, last year, I guess. Yeah. So you can take a look at it, or probably 2021. I'm not that sure. Just give me a second. Let me check when was this world made? I don't remember. 2021. Yep. So this is like just a better version of it. 2021.
Hi everyone, we are Team Technocrat NJ from Satpal Mittal School in India. Species all over the world face extinction as their homes are destroyed, but destroying nature threatens our lives too. So here is our supercard on the mission to solve all these problems. The first one is protecting and restoring our nature. Let us choose to repair and preserve the habitats that our animals need to live. From rainforests and grasslands, we provide a solution of making wildlife corridors that provide connectivity to the wildlife space while not disturbing the passage for transportation. The methane lakes are very hazardous, as you all know. So this satellite will help to spot the methane lakes so that these can be plugged sooner than later. The next challenge is cleaning our air. Clean air to breathe is the most wanted demand. The issues of stubble burning is prominent in many countries. The stubble can be converted into manure by this method of composting, which can be reused as an organic fertilizer again. A win for farmers will be a win for the fight against climate change. It's reviving our oceans. So coral reefs are highly sensitive to heat. As global warming intensifies, the coral reefs are dying. We provide a solution with an underwater pipe that can pump cold water onto reefs to prevent coral bleaching, protecting our species. So the breakthrough spurred by the discovery of plastic-eating enzymes at a Japanese dump could help solve the global plastic pollution crisis. We chose to eliminate food waste, single-use packaging, and inspire a new generation of people, companies, and industries to reuse, repurpose, and recycle. Let's move from meat to plant-based 3D printed meat, because killing of animals leads to ecological disturbance. Next is clean energy. This is the floating solar farms. Building a waste-free world. Waste plastic can be reused to make roads. These roads are more durable. The unrecyclable glass can be used for construction. Next is fixing our climate change while creating solar forests, because that illustrates how a legacy of relying on fossil fuels in climate change can be ended by switching to renewable energy. So the SDG goals that we have used are goal number 3, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which is in partnership with goal number 17. So we're strong and fortunate. We must act now to protect our future. Lay here I the earth, and from her unpolluted flesh may violets spring. Let's be the change makers for tomorrow and today.
Yep, that was 2 words. It's like response videos on challenges given out by Minecraft. Rest are like, just there was just an example. Like if you want, the response videos to be focused on SDG goals, then you can make your world also mapped to SDG goals. Because sustainability without SDGs, I think the pinch that salt pinch is missing. But I think if you want to go with this way, the world looks amazing. So perfectly your choice.
Thank you, Namya. I'm curious though, I wanted to ask if you knew if we can mount such a challenge, or do we need a permission from Minecraft to do so? Or is it something that we could do locally and like invite you as a judge?
Well, like I don't think there's any like this Minecraft Global Build Challenge is like available in the official Minecraft library. This is like if you let's say you have your own website and like you're giving out, a challenge to people who in your country or like in certain places across the world. So it's like an organized challenge by you. So like schools organize challenges in like across the city to build, let's say a Minecraft build challenge. So that's organized by you. So I don't think you need a permission by Microsoft Minecraft because you're not giving them this world to put it in their my official library. You're sharing this world on your own. So you can always go ahead and tag them on Twitter, like we organized this challenge and we got the responses. But I don't think so that you need any permission because you're organizing it and without any interference by any external organization.
Last question from me, and then maybe anybody else who has any other thing to say. Which social media platform do you feel is most productive in terms of trying to share your ideas and connect with people?
I'd say Twitter and LinkedIn. I use a lot of Twitter because I'm connected with most of the educators there as well as on LinkedIn. So I'd say these are most productive according to me.
Thank you
But
so
if
much.
you want more reach, Instagram for sure.
Okay. Does anybody else want to ask before we
I do
end the
have one
session?
question. Have you ever thought about using Roblox as one of the things you use instead of just Minecraft?
Well, like somebody did ask this to me before, and I did look around at Roblox as well. Well, it can be literally any game that you want to use, for engagement. But like, I never thought of Roblox in that way for engagement. But yeah, if you put your mind into something, then you can, of course, you yourself could also, create those things which you're making in Minecraft right now in Roblox if you want to, and use it. So why don't you try it for yourself? Because even you could also be one of the person then who makes things in different games. I did try Fortnite creative, but I didn't like look at Roblox in that way.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions? Any questions that you can think of to ask Namya? It could be a fun question, it could be a serious question. So maybe I'll do a quick fun question, but while you guys are probably thinking about your question. So Namya, I'd like to ask you, what you would say would be the silliest build you've ever made in Minecraft?
Silliest. Can't remember like cause I don't fool around that much. Like I just when we multiplaying only then I do that. Silliest. I won't say silliest build, but I think once me and my brother were like on Java, and like we were just in the same server. So I had learned about morphing, like you know about morphing in Minecraft. You can change yourself to any particular character. So I turned myself to an Ender Dragon, like it's with coding, and then I was like, moving around the world, and like he was scared so much, and then like I just said like it's me and he just like started saying, "Oh, why are you doing such things?" And I acted out silly, but I don't think I've ever built anything silly. Like I've done silly things in Minecraft. So like, if you call that silly, you can take that.
That counts. That definitely counts. And I guess that's why we gotta remember that one of the reasons why we use Minecraft is because while it's also really helpful in being able to have a practically a mini engineering simulator with redstone and everything. It's also a place where we could also have some fun with our friends. So once again, I'm calling again. Does anyone else have any questions that they'd like to ask Namya?
Oh, I have
I think
to add
Sam.
about the silly things. A really silly thing happened in our world too. Basically, Max put a frog spawner that basically spawns like 10 frogs per second, and it couldn't stop, so it just started spawning infinite frogs everywhere, and it started to crash the server.
Okay.
The thing is, whenever we tried to break the command block, the frogs kept pushing us, and so
I
there were like
broke it.
a billion frogs, and did manage to break it, but there's so many frogs.
Quick
We're
question.
sustainable city of frogs. Yep, go
I
ahead.
have a right. I'm in a visit to India, and currently I'm in Bangalore. Is there any chance you're around the area? By the way.
I live in Punjab, Ludhiana.
Oh, okay,
Too
that's a
far.
long.
Yep. But if you come to Delhi, I can. Anytime.
I'll think about it.
Sure.
All right. So does anyone else have any questions at all that they'd like to ask Namya?
Yeah, frog thing I talked about, it also happened with TNT, but luckily we were far away
Oh,
because
TNT.
we were testing.
I've done that. Reminded me, like there's this code of like you do make code 1,000 TNTs like at once, and if you just like do one click by mistake, like I was just wanted to fool around in the world, and I was actually making something really important. Like my friends were there in the world, it's a group project, and I clicked on it, and all of the TNTs like just destroyed the entire world, and I had to hear a lot of scoldings from my friends. But yeah, that's another silly thing that I did. Thanks for reminding.
The space is
Never
very far
used
because,
repeat.
by the way, this actually caused any harm because we placed it far away because we were testing a bunch of coding so that we will be able to code. Yeah, we learned from experience.
Yeah, we learn from our
And
mistakes.
yeah. We're also using the slash fill code. Yeah, that really helped the building.
Yeah.
And for some reason, near our build, there was a bunch of really big canyons, lines, one block stuff that were really weird to look at. But yeah, just wanted to add to that.
Nice.
Big slices of land.
But you know what, Sam? I know Namya. I heard you said you were playing basketball, right? So computer is not the only thing that you do.
No, I play basketball like past 2 years I've been playing. Like in school, at home.
Basketball.
I'm a basketball freak, honestly.
It's basketball. Oh, do you want to add to that?
Code
Sorry?
basketball.
Badminton.
Oh yeah, badminton too. Like badminton was the first sport I ever started playing. Like that's what got my interest in sports. Before that, I only used to, fool around, like just playing simple games. But badminton was the first sport, and then like since grade six, I was playing basketball, and then eighth, ninth, tenth, like eighth, ninth was locked down. So back in 10th, 11th, again basketball.
I also really like basketball too.
Nice. I guess everyone loves to play basketball, like just shooting, defending, ankle breakers, faking.
I also like basketball.
People are amazing. I think so. That
I'm no
doesn't.
sport. I'm 100% video game. No sports.
Okay, nice.
What about basketball video games?
I didn't try those. Like, there's this thing called Alt Space VR, if you've heard of it. So, like, it's like kind of metaverse. So, I just tried to do basketball in that and shootings.
I also play soccer game a lot. It's a soccer game on the computer, and I play it a lot.
FIFA. Yep.
Oh no! It's got in Roblox. It's got soccer on Roblox.
Okay, nice.
Play that.
I have one more question left.
Sure.
Have you ever tried Minecraft on a VR?
Yeah, I have. It's been amazing. I've done that quite a lot of times.
Wait,
Minecraft and
that's
VR,
That's really
perfect.
fun, but I've never
possible? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it is.
I
Like,
haven't.
if you heard about like the new update, Minecraft's coming with AI too now. There'll be updates and all going on.
This has been a wonderful conversation. Just as an ending note, do you have any encouragement to people who also want to start their projects, such as yours, especially like, for example, also start their Minecraft journey into using Minecraft as a place where you can learn sustainably and also you can teach other people to think sustainably.
Or your podcast?
Sorry, for what?
I said aside from the Minecraft, maybe also about how you start
Yeah,
your
podcast.
podcast.
Sure. So like you said, like, going for Minecraft, starting your projects. I think it can be anything that you're passionate about because I'm very passionate about using Minecraft or engagement tools for, creating course lessons or learning from those as well. So it's anything that you have passion towards, you always get inclined to it, and then you can try and innovating using those things as well. So like if anyone's interested, to use Minecraft as a tool for engagement, of course, I think the first and foremost is show that to your teachers, they can use it in the classroom for making lessons more interesting. And it's not just like Minecraft, there's so many different wonderful tools around the world that can be used for classroom engagement. And there's no way we're replacing books, right? But we can also always have an addition to learn in a better way and to always not stick to that monotonous reading of just books and books all the time, because I preferably don't like that in any way. Because of course we can always have an addition, and Minecraft, I believe, is one of the best ones. And like as you mentioned about the podcast, well, I started my podcast in 2020. Back November 14 was my first episode, and yesterday I did a live stream on my YouTube. It was 66th episode of my podcast, and this November 14 will be the 75th episode. So like closing to 100 soon. And like my podcast is about like STEM based learning in the classroom. It's called Each One Teach 10, an amazing world of STEM. And I can share the link in the chat for you if you wish to check it out. And basically the podcast is all about having a platform where people can come and listen to how classroom engagement can be effectively used as well. Also for my guests who I invite on my podcast to have a platform to share their voice, for me to learn, for my guests to share, and the audience to explore new aspects of classroom engagement with STEM, game-based learning, or any type of wonderful activities that people are doing in the classroom. So that's all about my podcast.
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
So, with your podcast, have you ever thought about like using Spotify since you can add videos to your podcast? You can do video podcast.
I have done that. Like my podcast is available on Apple, on Spotify, and like the ones which I live stream on YouTube, there are video podcasts available. So if you check out this link and you go on Spotify, then you can like this is also like no, it was called Anchor.fm earlier, not bought by Spotify. It's called Podcasters or Spotify.show. But if you go on the Spotify page, then you'll see like some of the episodes are video podcasts. Yep. So yeah, I've tried it out and it's amazing.
All right. Thank you, Namya, for your time, and it was lovely to talk about various things. Really, talk about networking, talking about putting a curriculum out there, talking about a project that one of the Divrgents kids did, and his friends Sam, Max, and Sid, and talking about building a Minecraft challenge. And yeah, it was just a wonderful time. For the second time, actually, talking to you about interesting topics such as these. And so yeah, thank you once again, Namya, for your time. And yeah, Perrin's going to take the photo, the ending photo. So if everybody's ready, Baron.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Just hold that smile, okay? Okay, so sorry. Okay, let's take another photo, but this time I want you guys to make a wacky or silly face, any kind of face that you want. Any kind. I can see Max, he's the first one to jump straight into it. Okay, already. 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay, there you go. There, I thank you guys for the photo and for bringing out your bestest and silliest smiles.
Thank you, Namya, for your time and for the
Thank you.
opportunity to discuss with you.
Thank you again.
Appreciate
so
your time,
much.
Namya.
Thank you. It was again like really good talking to you all. Best of luck with the
Thank you.
first.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.